Yo, welcome to the video. Today we are going to be talking about players getting the ban hammer in Forza Horizon 5, which is a pretty hot topic right now. This all picked up and started gaining traction just a couple days ago. I opened up my phone, I went to Reddit, I searched the subreddit Forza Horizon, which I surf pretty religiously, and all of the top posts were regarding some kind of ban. Now, the people that were banned were obviously fairly upset with this. They were looking to Turn 10, the studio, the developing studio, for answers. Why did I get banned? What's the reason for it? And the thing that varies with these bans is that they all vary in duration, some for just a couple of days and some pretty much permanently. In response to all of this confusion, hatred from players, the community being confused and upset about some of these decisions, the Forza support team has released the Forza updated guidelines. I will link them below in the description if you want to check them out for yourselves. I'm gonna skip the fluff and jump right into the sauce. So the first thing we got is the big four, and this is going to be talking about the four broad categories that Forza uses to classify how extreme and how serious these bans are and what kind of punishments will be given if they are broken by the player base. Starting with the first category, we have Xbox Live platform content, and this is basically talking about whether your gamertag promotes some kind of hatred towards groups, whether it promotes racism, whatever it may be. You got stuff like Xbox Live messaging, party voice chat. You know, if you're throwing shade at somebody, if you're trying to start stuff, this is what that group is referring to. Obviously, you're going to get punished accordingly. Doesn't matter what game you're playing. Now we're going to cover the second category, which is titled Unsportsmanlike conduct, and I don't necessarily agree with this one, and there's going to be a lot of inconsistencies, but this is basically talking about people that are going to join a race, they're going to disturb it intentionally, whether that be ramming into other vehicles, blocking off roads. And I just want to make the point that there is going to be people that are playing for this specific reason and this specific reason only, right? Doesn't matter what game you're playing, there's always going to be somebody like that. However, there's also going to be people that are doing this unintentionally, whether it be for the lack of skill, they are just trying to improve, or they're new to the game. So you can't really crack down on somebody for this unless you're closely monitoring them for longer periods of time. The third category is user-generated content, and I believe this is one of the biggest factors as to why people are getting banned, and the description for this one is: this includes streaming, social media posts, layer groups, libraries, photos, and content on external video sites. From the information that I gathered surfing Reddit, a lot of players were banned for library designs, and also if you go into the game and you see the guidelines and terms and conditions for creating and publishing libraries to the public, they say that you have to own all of the content that you include in the library. So a lot of people that were getting banned, whether they were, recreating some kind of copyrighted design or copying some kind of art form, this is why a lot of players were getting banned, because they technically do not own the design and they are releasing it to the public not only for their own gain, but they're advertising it as well, right? The fourth and final category that these guidelines concern themselves with is going to be covering modifications, cheating, exploitation. The first point talks about things such as recovery services. You might have seen certain people, YouTubers, businesses promoting these services where they recover your account or they sell you a brand new account that they made, maxed out credits, unlocked all cars, accolades, stuff of that sort. This is a pretty serious offense to them, and if you are caught doing this or they detect it, you will not only have your account permanently banned, but you will be banned from your device. So it's not just linked to one account. Your console, your platform, whatever you play on is going to be bricked. The second point in this category is talking about unauthorized modification. This has to do with cheat engine, whether you modify your game save to max out credits. Same exact thing as the service recovery. You max out credits, unlock cars. That is what it's talking about. And here they also state that unlocking cars that are not yet meant to be unlocked, such as the ones that were unlocked through the car collection glitch, where you hover over the car in the first row, the first car that's there, you hover over it, you back out, you enter the car collection again, and you're able to purchase it. They also say that this is a very serious violation to the terms and services, and this will result in the permanent suspension of both the account and the device. So my recommendation and suggestion is, if you did this, I would recommend either removing these cars from your garage, because if in any way they can detect it, it is by being reported while driving these cars by other players. So just to be safe, if you want to take that recommendation, fire away. The third point covers exploitation, and this is something that people that watch my videos will most likely like to listen to. In this description, it says that when people cheat, use exploits, or otherwise tamper with hardware or software to gain a competitive advantage, it ruins the experience for everyone. Because of this, cheating, tampering, and the use of exploits is never acceptable in the Xbox community, like never. However, it doesn't specifically say glitching, and I'm not making any excuses for it, right? I've received a lot of comments of people stating that they've been banned for the glitches that I've uploaded, and just like with any exploit, with any glitch, there is always a chance, even if it's very slim, right? There is always a chance, and out of however many million players that are playing, I'm sure there's thousands, hundred thousands of people people that at some point used an exploit. There is always going to be somebody that gets clipped for it. However, in this specific statement and in this description, it doesn't say anything about permanent bans, so we're just going to have to wait and see. I'd like to now talk about the common suspension types, and there is different things that you can be banned from, certain features and functions of the game. The first one being user-generated content, which will not allow you to either upload liveries, customize your vehicle, do any kind of tuning, stuff of that sort, and publish it to the public. The second one is matchmaking, and that includes people that are causing havoc for purpose, you know, spearing, crashing like we talked about earlier into other cars and just disrupting races. This is basically going to ban the player from competing in online matchmaking for the duration of the suspension, whatever it may be. We'll cover that in a bit. Third one is scoreboard. So let's say a player has some kind of cheat or exploit where they either boost their speed or they finish a race before it even starts. There is a lot of people like that. I've seen it myself. They're basically going to be banned and kicked off the scoreboard. And the last one is the auction house. So if some people have some kind of script or some kind of macro where they can snipe cars, this is just an example, you'll be banned from using the auction house. Turn 10 Studios, the developer of Forza, generally follows a 3-strike system. Strike 1, a 7-day suspension from the specific features. Strike 2, a 30-day suspension, 1 month. And Strike 3, a permanent suspension from specific features or all features. This last burst of information is going to talk about specific exceptions to the 3-strike rule. Now, these are going to be handled a lot more seriously than the other ones. However, if you break these, you're either going to risk a permanent suspension on your account and console, or it's going to be a 30-day ban. So, the first one being obtaining unreleased cars will result in the 30-day ban, and if you repeat this offense, you are going to be permanently suspended on both your account and your console. Number 2, selling or purchasing in-game content / accounts. So this is basically promoting the services, right? If you recover your account, you max out your credits, unlock the cars, stuff of that sort, you're going to get clipped right away permanently on both your account and your console. Number 3, unauthorized modification. So this is talking about, you know, cheat engine, you're modifying your game save. That's what it's talking about. This is also going to result in a permanent suspension on both the account and the device. And number 4, hate speech, violent acts, obscene imagery, and or racism. Obviously, it doesn't matter what game you're playing, doesn't matter what you're doing, pretty much self-explanatory, you'll be out and cut. And last but not least, any accounts trying to access said devices will also be removed for any online game features. So, you'll still be able to play, you're still going to be able to hop onto Forza, however, you will not be able to connect to the online services, race with friends, do any of those sorts, you can just play solo. With that being said, I know that there were a lot of players that were banned without any real reason, and a lot of players shouldn't have been banned for whatever they were banned for. Maybe they're going to change their mind, revert something, you know, turn back on the bans. Just have to wait and see. I'll give you guys the information as I come across it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, drop a comment if you got a question or you want to have a discussion, hit that subscribe button if you never want to miss a video, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.